9, highly classified information leaked through federal group chat. The latest from Senate discussions on the scandal caused by Trump's administration.
And it's Diabetes Alert Day. Hear the wake-up call from experts to warn you of potential symptoms.
50 years of scuba diving right here in Muncie. Catch up with a city local who's celebrating half a century of diving lessons.
From CDs to connections, how Ball State administration are taking the extra step to interact with students.
We're tracking continuing warm conditions. NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Sophie Schick.
And I'm Mira Bloomer.
Senior members of the Trump administration are scrambling to figure out how a journalist from The Atlantic was added to a group chat with government officials that discussed U.S. plans for an attack in Yemen. Escalating those concerns, the chat was hosted on a non-government communications app called Signal, and it was reportedly started by Trump's national security advisor, Mike Waltz.
The president told NBC News by phone today that he still has confidence in Waltz. But as Laura Aguirre reports, moving past this will be a much steeper climb for the intel chiefs called before senators today.
If this was the case of a military officer or an intelligence officer and they had this kind of behavior, they would be fired.
Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard and CIA Director John Ratcliffe in the hot seat with several lawmakers after the revelation of a Signal chat group with other top Trump administration officials and Jeffrey Goldberg, editor-in-chief of The Atlantic. Both Gabbard and Ratcliffe were on the chat, according to Goldberg, but only Ratcliffe confirmed he was there. Goldberg also claims that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth discussed likely classified details of an impending U.S. attack on Houthi rebels in Yemen, which Hegseth denies.
Nobody was texting war plans.
That's a lie. He was texting war plans. He was texting attack plans when targets were going to be targeted.
I believe there was discussion around targets in general.
As for using an app like Signal to communicate sensitive information,
Signal was loaded onto my computer. That is a practice that preceded the current administration.
This is just a normal day at the CIA where we chat about this kind of stuff over Signal. In fact, it's so normal that the last administration left it here for us. That's your testimony today.
That's your testimony.
No, that's
Senator.
not my testimony. That's what you said.
the president and national security advisor responding this afternoon.
There was no classified information, as I understand it.
We are looking into and reviewing how the heck he got into this room.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
President Donald Trump will be allowed to halt refugee admissions. An appeals court ruled today that the Trump administration can stop approving new refugees. While a lawsuit over the issue plays out, these won't apply to those who were conditionally approved for refugee status before January 20th. The order came from a panel made up of a Clinton appointee, a Trump appointee, and a Biden appointee. They will take a closer look at the dispute in the coming weeks. Now, I feel like I've been playing tag with weather a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a little bit cold. So, Evan, what do you have for us?
It is going to remain a little bit more chilly. Right now, our current temperatures here across Indiana, it's a little bit cooler up here in Muncie, 41 degrees right now. Actually cooler down there in the Indianapolis area, 37 degrees down there right now. Well, again, a little bit warmer down there in the Evansville area, actually much warmer, 53 degrees. Well, even out there in the St. Louis area, it's 56 degrees. What I'm tracking tonight in my full forecast, over the next 12 hours, I mean in my full forecast, sorry guys, my warm temps are incoming, the breezy conditions are incoming as well, and some end of the week rain.
Scuba diving may not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Indiana, but one local business is making a splash quite literally.
Tom Leard has been teaching scuba for over 50 years, helping people of all ages explore the underwater world. NewsLink Indiana's Demar Robinson dove in to find out more.
Leard's underwater service has been a hub for underwater enthusiasts for decades, but it's more than just a store. Tom Leard and his team is dedicated to teaching the art of scuba diving to anyone willing to learn. Owner Tom Leard has been scuba diving for years, spanning longer than half a century, sharing his passion in helping the Indiana community explore the underwater world despite being miles away from the ocean.
10,300 and some names of people that have taken our program. And I think more than that, those people in our community know who I am and what I'm all about. I've influenced a lot of people.
From classroom lessons to underwater adventure, scuba diving offers a unique experience. And for Ball State freshman Kelsey Flora, it was an unexpected highlight of starting college.
Like, I never would have expected to meet some of my closest friends through scuba diving at Ball State University in Indiana.
Leard's Underwater Services is more than just a dive shop. It's a community hub where seasoned divers and newcomers alike come together to learn, train, and share their passion for the underwater world.
So I've always been a swimmer, and I was a swim coach growing up, and so as soon as I learned about scuba, I wanted to tell everybody about it, and then I was like, this is something that people need to learn.
And for Tom, scuba diving is more than just a profession. What started as a regular hobby has now been the reason he wakes up in the morning.
Scuba's been my life, continues to be my life. At my age, am I going to retire? No. When I fall over, that's it.
And lastly, ask yourself this question. Why look to the stars when there's still so much to explore beneath the surface? In Muncie, Demar Robinson, NewsLink, Indiana.
A great way to explore a whole new world right here in Muncie. If you're interested in learning to dive, classes are available all year round. More information can be found at leardscuba.com.
Students came together in Schmidt-Wilson to apply their creativity to CDs. NewsLink Indiana's Braylon Judy turns it up.
Here in Schmilson today, students gathered from across campus to take part in a CD painting event. I myself took part of the event and I painted Her and All My Friends by Rip Momney, Igor by Tyler the Creator, and a personal favorite of mine, Absolutely by Dijon. Let's take a peek inside to see what students created as well as what coordinators did to make the event possible and why they did it. A table inside is laid out with painting supplies, see-through CDs, and creative students.
I did one with flowers, and then I did an aquarium-looking one, so like fish and seaweed and bubbles.
Everyone got to express themselves through simple designs to complex album covers. For one student, he made his love of this artist known.
So today, I had to get deep into a personal connection of mine. Favorite artist is J. Cole, and so I had to make 2014 Forest Hills Drive, which this is all solo work, so hence why it's not that good. But I did Born Center. This one turns out to be my favorite. So yeah, J. Cole means a lot to me as an artist, someone that I really resonate with, and I had to go make two of my favorite albums.
While students connected to their work, staff members connected with their creativity.
So this event was to help us connect with students. So a lot of the times doing the administrative work within the residence hall, we are sitting at desks, working on computers, working with paperwork. Don't always get to see students straight up. This gives us an opportunity to have that face-to-face interaction, have students get to know us and us get to know them so that we can better support them.
For the students, this was a relaxing time to meet, greet, and create.
Yeah, I think this is a good element for students to be creative and think of it as a more relaxation kind of event.
On a college campus, creativity is important, and with finals around the corner, this is an amazing way to de-stress and focus on your creative side. In Muncie, Braylon Judy, NewsLink, Indiana.
To see all the CDs created, check out Schmidt & Wilson's Instagram. And coming up, see the newest treatment for one of the most common infections.
And check out how doctors are bringing more awareness to chronic diseases on Diabetes Alert Day.
Hey, boss. Okay?
Said I'm fine.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it.
You can talk to me.
It's been really hard for me.
Hey there, Hoosiers.
Are you ready to give your child a head start on their future? Indiana 529 savings plans are a simple way to save for their education. Plus, there are some great tax benefits. The best part? It's not just for college. Indiana 529 can be used for tech schools, trade programs, apprenticeships, and more. Start with just $10 a month at myindiana529.com to help them reach their dreams.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life.
This is my time.
Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space.
This is my time.
Space for All.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Welcome back. For the first time in decades, the Food and Drug Administration has approved a new type of oral antibiotic for urinary tract infections. The pill will be sold under the brand name Blujepa and is expected to be available later this year. Blujepa is approved to treat females 12 and older with uncomplicated UTIs. UTIs cause roughly 8 million emergency room visits and 100,000 hospitalizations in the U.S. each year. About half of all women will have a UTI at some point in their lives.
It's Diabetes Alert Day, and health officials hope it will serve as a wake-up call to the millions of Americans who have diabetes but don't know it. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains the importance of knowing your type 2 diabetes risk and how to delay or even prevent the disease.
It's a leading cause of death. Diabetes is common, affecting more than 38 million Americans, but an estimated 9 million people in the U.S. have no idea they have it.
One of the main issues with diabetes and prediabetes is that you don't feel it.
Dr. Pramenda Kabandugama with Cleveland Clinic says that's why it's so important to be tested for the disease and to understand your risks so that you can take steps to manage or even prevent type 2 diabetes. While it can develop at any age, you're more likely to have the disease if you're overweight or have obesity, are age 35 or older, have a family history of the disease, or live a sedentary lifestyle. Certain races and ethnicities are also at higher risk, including African Americans, American Indians, Pacific Islanders, and some Asian Americans and Hispanic people.
By the time most people find out, if they don't go for regular checkups, they've already had diabetes for quite a few years, and then they're kind of playing catch up from that moment on.
Kabandugama says a simple blood test at the doctor's office can diagnose diabetes, and in many cases, the disease can be prevented by living a healthy lifestyle.
Whether it's diet, whether it's exercise, being able to get yourself down to a healthy weight, that these are the cornerstone of preventing diabetes.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
We're tracking into the week, rain. Check out my full forecast after the break.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
While I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 Americans are sick of the divisions in our country? But there's one small step we can take to remember that we're still connected. All over America, strangers with different political views are coming together to talk about their lives, not politics, and discovering they actually have a lot in common. Because even if we don't see eye to eye, we can still talk heart to heart. So let's talk for a change. Learn more at takeonesmallstep.org.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Now, as I was saying earlier, it feels like I'm playing tag with the weather a little bit. Like, they're just like, you're it. You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. I can't decide if I need to bring out a hot or an iced coffee in the morning. What about you, Evan?
Unfortunately, you might still have to break out the coat for a little bit. Taking a look at our Cooper Sky Cam right now. It was quite a beautiful end to our day here. The clouds kind of moved out and the sun came out for just a little bit here at the end of the day, but it was still a little bit cooler. Actually, taking a look at our 24-hour temp change, there's this band of cold that's come across the central part of Indiana here. That's actually due to the rain that came in with those clouds earlier today. 5 degrees colder here in Muncie. Actually, down in the Indianapolis area, it is 11 degrees cooler than what it was 24 hours ago. Taking a look at our current temps here, though, it is 41 degrees here in Muncie. Again, it is a little bit cooler down there in Indianapolis right now, 37 degrees. While actually out west, it is a little bit warmer out there, 56 degrees even out there in the St. Louis area. Though we are going to be expecting a little bit more above average temperatures this week, I know we really want to get out of those winter coats again. So the 6 to 10 day temp outlook, some above average temperatures, especially down south there. While up here in our Midwest area, we're looking at some of those average to slightly above average temperatures here for the week. Though for today's almanac, 49 degrees was our high today. It's just a little bit higher than our average high for this time of year, 45 degrees. Yeah, we're actually about 30 degrees cooler than our record high of 78 set all the way back in 2007. Tonight it will be a little bit cooler though, so definitely make sure to keep that jacket out tonight. 29 degrees is our low, with those mostly cloudy conditions and winds blowing at about 10 miles per hour. Then wind will start to cool off a little bit to about 5 miles per hour tomorrow morning as you start your commute to work, though it is going to still remain chilly, 32 degrees as you start your day. While it'll start to warm up, 47 degrees by tomorrow at noon, and our high tomorrow will be 51 degrees, though that cloud cover will start to move in as the day progresses. Now, with our precision cast, we are tracking some rain actually moving here into the west part of the state here, actually on Thursday at 11 o'clock. It'll actually move into our area here at around 6 o'clock Thursday afternoon, and it'll continue even into Friday morning. That band, and even Friday afternoon, actually, that band actually hitting us at the worst at probably Monday at 1 o'clock. That'll continue to persist throughout Monday, even into Saturday. Even the cloud cover will kind of remain in, and that rain will kind of come back Saturday morning as well. With our 7-day forecast, though, again, Thursday, those chances of rain start up again, 40% chance of precipitation there, while Friday, that moves up to a 60% chance in the morning, even through the afternoon. However, it will start to warm up Friday, though. 74 degrees on Friday, and even into the weekend, 69 on Saturday, 70 on Sunday. However, Sunday, though, chances of isolated thunderstorms even, 80% chance of those on Sunday. While it'll start to cool off a little bit into Monday and Tuesday next week, but we're looking at some extended day forecast, even maybe past that. It'll start to warm up again, so those days will kind of be really nice, just a little bit more cool, but again, definitely going to be able to put that coat away soon, hopefully here.
Yes, absolutely. I am really excited to finally put away my coat, but I'm not excited to get out my umbrella.
Oh, the umbrella. See, sometimes I like to walk with an umbrella, sometimes I don't. It can get caught in the wind, especially with the wind nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Evan.
Absolutely.
And there's lots more to get to on NewsLink Indiana. Josiah Veen has a preview of your sports.
Thanks, Sophie and Mira. One Ball State squad looks to finish their season on a high note, and one pro sports team has the hot hand. All this and more next in sports.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Students who can read by the end of 3rd grade are 35% more likely to graduate. I'm Dr. Katie Jenner, Indiana Secretary of Education, here to tell you how reading 30 minutes per day can improve the trajectory of a child's life. Whether you're reading with your child or they are reading independently, this is one of the most important things you can do to help them succeed. So this school year, please encourage your child to continue reading. It's a small habit that makes a big difference.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
At night, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed. But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal Weather, bringing you up to speed on the day's top stories.
And giving you up-to-the-minute conditions from the Ball State Weather Center.
And of course, lots of fun.
I gave mine personality. Look, it's got eyebrows.
Ooh, my lucky glove didn't even work.
But I also am excited for those fall temperatures.
Start your Friday mornings with Cardinal Weather, live on the Cardinal Weather Facebook page.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Josiah in Sports. Greek Week is underway at Ball State University. The competition opened up today with Battleship. NewsLink Indiana's Josh Gabbard took a closer look at the event at the Llewellyn Aquatic Center tonight.
And yes, you heard him correct, folks. I am here at Llewellyn Aquatic Center at Ball State University watching the first competition of Greek Week. Greek Week is a long-standing tradition. This is Battleship. Behind me here we have 2 canoes and 2 teams of partnerships of fraternities and sororities from here on campus. The goal is simple: sink each other. The first person to sink is out. It's a tournament style. This isn't exactly the Mattel board game where we're placing on F6 and E5 red and white pegs. As you can hear, they would hate that. They're fired up, they're cheering on each other. It's incredible to see the camaraderie and teamwork happening with the 5-gallon buckets and yoga mats and pool noodles or whatever these people can get their hands on. None of this is just fun and games, though, as it goes towards Muncie's A Better Way Foundation. I caught up with Zachariah Brumfield to talk about what Greek Week means to the community of Muncie.
We are collecting items to basically help get them up and running. So we're collecting anything from baby diapers and baby wipes to shower curtains or kitchen utensils. So all of our proceeds are directly going to benefit the families in Muncie.
You can donate, and these sororities are donating for points. The team with the most points gets a trophy and bragging rights for the rest of the year. This is a full week-long competition that wraps up on Friday with a volleyball match that will take place in the Recreation Center. From Llewellyn Aquatic Center, I'm live, Josh Gabbard, NewsLink Indiana.
Vaulting over to the mats, 2 Ball State gymnasts have qualified for the NCAA Alabama Regional. Sophomore Ashley Szymanski and junior Zoe Middleton both punched their tickets following strong seasons. Szymanski, the defending MAC Bars champion, will compete on bars for the 2nd straight year after making last year's regional in Ann Arbor. This is also the 2nd time that Middleton has qualified for the regional competition, but she will not be able to compete due to injury. From the beam to the court, Ball State men's basketball team may look a little different next season. The NCAA transfer portal's 30-day window opened up yesterday. After a 14-17 season and a 7-11 record in MAC play, 3 Cardinals have entered the portal. Jamari Hill, Juanse Gorosito, and TJ Birch are officially looking elsewhere. Hill led the team in scoring with 15.8 points per game, while Gorosito led the team in three-point percentage at 40.9%. The Cardinals will have to utilize the portal to their advantage, as they will also lose 5 seniors. Moving from the collegiate level to the pro level, Indiana Pacers have been on a roll as of late. Following last night's victory against the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Pacers captured their 5th straight win. The 119-103 victory was also the 8th straight home victory for the squad. The 5-game win streak started with a 132-130 victory against the Timberwolves back on March 17th. Other wins included 2 against the Brooklyn Nets and 1 against the Dallas Mavericks. Indiana is set to square off at home tomorrow against the Los Angeles Lakers with tip-off at 7:30. Taking things to the track, World Athletics, the governing body for track and field, will now require chromosome testing for female athletes. World Athletics President Sebastian Coe said today that the governing body has approved the introduction of cheek swabs and dry blood spot tests for female athletes. The testing requires athletes who compete in the female category to submit a cheek swab or a dry blood spot test for the presence of a gene that indicates whether the athlete has a Y chromosome present in males. It is unclear whether the test will be in place before the World Championships in September. So we have 2 Cardinals headed off to the regionals. Gymnastics is just crazy. I don't understand how any of them do that.
Really unbelievable sport, yeah.
I can't even do a cartwheel, so to see them do what they do, and their leotards are so pretty. They're so pretty. I love them.
Yeah, I'm sure I could do a front flip if my shoe was untied and I fell over it, but I cannot imagine doing what they do.
Yeah.
I went to a match earlier in the year. It was insane. I don't know if I could hold a bar for more than maybe 10 seconds.
I mean, the strength that they have is absolutely, I can't comprehend it in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And I love all the music they play. It's always such a fun environment in there at those games, so it's really incredible to see.
They're doing flips on the balance beam. It's like 5 inches wide. I can't even stand on that. I don't know how they get up there. I don't know how they do any of that. It's crazy.
To keep their hair up in that bun is
Oh, yeah.
a skill in itself.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Josiah. And coming up, check out Starbucks' latest collaboration that's leaving Snoopy fans jumping for joy.
And we'll have one last look at weather.
Yarr! All I wanted was my treasure, and I wound up with a lawsuit from my neighbors. And a belly full of regret.
Thanks, Salty Pete. What a powerful dig story. Okay, great class, everybody. Before we go, let's stand and say the safe digging pledge. Shovels don't know right from wrong, but I do. And always contact Indiana 811 at least 2 working days before digging. It's the only way to dig.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here.
Wait.
What?
I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back, and get this, Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and the whole Peanuts gang are coming to Starbucks. It's part of a global partnership between the coffee giant and the Peanuts brand. It features a new Snoopy persona, Joe Kind Snoopy, and celebrates kindness, coffee, and community. The Peanuts-inspired limited edition merch includes a cold cup, ceramic mug, and stainless steel tumbler. Prices range from $17.95 to $29.95, and they'll be available at participating Starbucks coffee shops across the U.S. while supplies last.
Now, I will definitely, I'm going to try to stay out of the rain this coming weekend, but we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Evan, is it even avoidable?
Unfortunately, I don't think it might be that avoidable. Looking at our 7-day forecast again tomorrow, really looking at our only day without rain, though it still will be a little bit colder, while Thursday you might want to keep out a bit of a heavier coat that also will repel the rain, as there is a 40% chance of precipitation starting in the afternoon. While though Friday throughout the entire weekend, those chances shoot up to 60% and even 80% on Sunday, with that being some isolated thunderstorms, though you might be able to trade out that heavy winter coat for just a light rain jacket throughout the weekend this week. But it will start to cool off a little bit next Monday and Tuesday. But like I said, I'm really excited to trade out my winter coat for that lighter rain jacket, especially since I think I look better in my rain jacket. So
absolutely. Thank you so much, Evan. And that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page, YouTube channel, and WCRD 91.3.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night and stay safe.